I gave you certain admonitions yesterday before you left for the day. Does any juror have anything to report? If you do, raise your right hand. Does the record reflect that none of the jurors have raised their right hand? I believe we were beginning cross-examination. Mr. Scott?
Yes, sir.
You're up.
Good morning, Mr. Fraley. How are you?
Good morning, sir. Fine, thank you.
I want to start where General Harper left off yesterday.
Okay.
You were asked, you conducted an interview of Megan on February the 25th of 2000.
Yes, sir. Myself and Detective Licklider from the Sheriff's Department.
And in that interview, you talked with her about the child being dead
Yes, sir.
and some other things.
Yes, sir.
Judge, this time would ask to show that video.
Hold on.
But when he left, how long was he gone?
No.
Oh, many days you went.
You know this, okay. You know that. This is the last day. If you
If I
had,
tell you, I think you will.
I will. And we'll work it out. Yeah, but don't let me bring her on, man. Don't let us know why she's gone too long. Okay? This is for your baby. This is to give her the proper attention. Where's she at?
There's only two places I can make the brush should be.
Where's she
He
at?
said they put her somewhere close to, I think she's somewhere at Dad's or at his house.
At his house?
Maybe somewhere like, you know, that like the dog store. I think she's either there or she's somewhere at Dad's. So she's somewhere close.
Underneath the docket hunters.
I don't know if she's underneath there. I'm just,
Is that what you're trying to tell me? I'm not putting words in your mouth.
that is just my theory. She has to be in
No,
two places.
I don't want to. We're not working at theory, son. You need to bring her home.
He said that she was somewhere close. So the only two places I can think that he would take her.
You were honest with you? Okay, but you know this part.
I don't know for sure. I'm trying to help you all. I swear I am at this point in time.
This is the ending, okay? Let's bring her home. Let's bring her home.
There's a bunch of places I think that he would even have time to take her. It was not very long.
Well, regardless of time, there has to be a reason that you would know that, okay? Because that
He said she was somewhere close.
in that time, there's only X amount of places she could be, okay? But you're specifically narrowing down those two places, right? You know that.
I think she was somewhere close.
Help me with this, Megan. When he took her out with the driver, how was she dressed?
You know that picture I have of her? She's got her old penguin suit.
She's in the penguin suit. She wrapped up in her blanket.
She was wrapped up in a
Did you give her to him?
picture
You picked her up, where was she?
on the bed.
On-
I held her for hours because I didn't want to let her go.
And that's okay. We need to bring her home. Okay? We need to bring her home today. Just tell us where we can go get her.
I don't know for sure how old you are. I think she's at.
Okay, hold on. You held her for hours.
Yeah.
She was in what? How was she dressed?
You know that picture of me and her were sitting outside the trailer and she was
Yes.
falling into a little purple thing on.
Yes.
She was sitting
And she was wrapped up in a blanket.
like a dark colored blanket. A thick fleece blanket.
And he took her from you? Where did he put her? What car was he driving?
I read the car.
The red car? Did he put her in the trunk?
I don't know. I didn't go out
Did
there.
you go outside with him?
No.
What time of day was it?
It was close to the dark.
Was it close to dark or was it
It was
dark?
close to the dark.
What day was it?
I don't know what day it was for sure, to be honest with you.
So, how long was he gone?
Less than an hour.
Was it 15 minutes or 30 minutes or 45 minutes?
Maybe like 45. And he kept saying she's somewhere close by.
Did he ever take you back to where it was? Between then and now? And this was in December, early December. Was it after you started working at the
It was
chicken?
after summer.
How long after?
Not too long.
You started on Monday, right?
Right?
Was it Tuesday?
No, it was a week or two after.
It's a week or two after.
Closer to 2 weeks.
So about December 10th. What do you remember about that day? Did you wake up or what happened?
I don't know. I rolled over on her. I don't think I did. I think he did. It was an accident.
So he was sleeping in bed with you? Was the three of y'all together? In the
In
bed?
between us.
Okay.
I should have put her just on my side. I slept with her almost every night of her life before that, and I never once rolled over on her.
But when you woke up, she wasn't breathing. Is that what you're telling us?
Her head was like buried in her pillow. She wasn't breathing.
Okay. So, there. So you tell him, hey,
I was panicking. He was like, well, you can't call anyone. We're both going to go
why
to
can't you
jail.
call someone
Because he said we were both going to go to jail if he didn't care of it.
for her just rolling over, or you rolling over on him? Or on her?
I don't think I rolled over on her though. I don't know if he did an accident or what. Like I said, I slept with her like her whole life before that. With her up against me, right next to me, I never rolled over on her.
We need to bring her home, baby. You need that peace. Mom needs that peace. Everybody needs that peace. We need that peace. Help us bring her home. You're the only one that
I
knows.
told you all the only places I know he could have went.
Where? Name it.
My dad's in his house.
When you say your dad's, where are you talking about your dad?
I'm Letty Creek.
Because he wouldn't have taken her inside the house and said, hey, Tommy.
Well, I don't know. I just know there's
Why
only
would he take her back to Tommy?
clothes.
See, I don't think he would have taken her to Tommy's. That's too much of a risk. Why would he do that?
I don't know.
What if your dad would call him? I don't think she went there.
Look, can you all just please check and then
We're
check
going to check
everything?
everywhere we believe she may be.
Okay.
But again, we need to understand where she's at.
I don't know for sure where she's at.
When you say for sure,
I just have guesses and I've told you two what they are.
why has Hunter never spoke to you about this?
I didn't want to
When
know.
he came back, what did he say?
I put her somewhere close.
Did he say how he put her?
No, I
Did he
didn't
throw
want to
her in
know.
a trash can? Did he throw her in the lake? Did he bury her?
I didn't want to know.
What did he say?
Just that she was somewhere close and not to worry about it.
Megan, you've lied to us for 6 days now. I need you to be truthful with me today.
I am being truthful.
Well, just hear me out, okay? I need you to be truthful with me today. We're getting there. We need her brought home. She don't need to be laying out in the woods in the cold anymore. She needs to be buried. She deserves that. You need to help us bring her home. Please. Tell us where she's at.
I don't know for sure. I really don't. I didn't want to know.
I think you do, Maggie. I think you're scared to tell them.
I don't. I told you the only two places I think she could be.
When you say the boat dock, what do you mean by the boat dock?
I don't know, maybe he buried her there or what.
Did he mention the boat dock?
No, but he said he took her somewhere close and he wasn't gone very long.
Did he drive away with her? Was she placed in the trunk?
I don't know for sure.
You didn't look out the window.
No, I didn't want to.
Who did you call?
Nobody. I was scared to call anybody.
Did he call you while he was gone?
No.
And it was dark. Close to getting dark.
It was dark by the time he got back.
It was light when he left and dark when he got back. we need to bring her home. If she's laying out there somewhere, she deserves better than that.
I don't know. I told you going to places I could take her. What are you all going to tell my dad when you go to search his property?
What should we tell her?
I don't know.
Is she buried on that property?
I don't know if she is or she isn't. I really don't know. There's a village places I know that he didn't have time to go to because
Did Hunter take a shovel?
no.
Did he take a trash bag? Did he carry her out in that blanket, a box, or a box? Jumping in
I
the box?
stayed in the bedroom. I just had her wrapped up in a dark colored blanket.
How big was this blanket?
It was like a normal size, like fleece blanket.
So when you say wrapped her up, so you describe that to me.
Like, you know, you swaddle a baby.
Okay.
Like that.
So did you leave her face exposed?
So it sounds stupid. I didn't want her to be cold, so I wrapped her up in a blanket.
So she was, her whole body was wrapped up.
Except for her face. You know how you swaddle
Her
a
face
baby?
was open.
You know how you swaddle a baby?
Mhm.
So I wrapped her up. I didn't want her to be cold.
We don't want her to be cold anyway. She's still out there and we need to bring her home. And you can help us with that part.
There's only two places I'm trying to go look for it. I need that.
So Hunter's dock, underneath Hunter's dock.
Or just around the dog.
Okay?
I don't think if he did take her to his house, he's not stupid enough to, you know what I mean, just put her somewhere inside the house. His dad owns property right next to that place too.
How long did you hold her?
For a long time.
All day?
I didn't want to let her go.
How did you know she was there?
Because she wasn't breathing. Her eyes were open.
Her eyes were open.
She wasn't breathing. I tried to give her CPR, but it didn't like. She was already gone.
How did you try to give her CPR?
Mouth to mouth.
What else?
That's it. I just held her. Like,
Did she gag or anything while you were trying to give CPR to her?
no.
How did she feel?
What do you mean?
Was she cold?
No.
She's still warm? What about the color?
She was still
Was she blue?
No, not really.
What did she look like?
Just like her. As the day went on, she got colder, and that's when I put her in the blanket because I didn't want her cold.
And you don't remember what day that was?
No. I know it sounds bad, but I'm just trying to block it out of my memory as much as I can.
Where would you look at your dad?
I don't know if that's a lot of property back through there.
Back behind his house? So where does that connect to? Where does the back of his property connect to?
I don't know. I don't know.
So you,
Yeah, that's what's there, and then that creek is like right up to the asphalt, stuff like that.
you're shooting one of those asphalt piles?
I don't know, I really don't.
Is there a lot of asphalt piles on his property?
I don't know if there is any more or not.
So I've not been out there, I don't know, I'm asking.
I don't
Again,
know.
that's what I'm trying to do, man. Help us bring her home. She don't deserve another night out there in the cold alone. She needs to be brought home.
I don't know, I really don't. he took her in the trash can or not. When he came back, it was gone. I didn't want to ask.
Your trash can and the trailer was gone?
I didn't want to ask.
Was there a dumpster anywhere there close?
I don't know. You have to look.
No, to where when you lived there. What did you normally do with your trash?
So get to the road and then the trash can.
So you said it took a trash can, was the inside trash can or the outside trash
On
can?
the inside.
Just when you kept in the kitchen?
I don't know if he took it with him or not. I didn't want to know.
You said you sit there and looked at her.
Yeah.
When you woke up and she wasn't breathing, tried to give her CPR. What did her eyes were open? Were they bloodshot?
No.
Were there any bruising around her eyes?
No.
She just looked like she always did, just like she was at peace asleep.
No, her eyes were open.
Her eyes were open. Not bloodshot or bruised.
Not really, no.
Because I can't help but think that's probably a lasting image that you think about Evelyn. So you'll know her bloodshot eyes were bloodshot, or not, or black, and you're not saying they were.
No.
Okay, but they were just open.
I didn't want to let her go. She wasn't cold, and when she started getting cold, I thought that the blanket around her, so I didn't want her to go home.
What woke you up? Was she choking or crying?
No. I just woke
Or
up.
kicking?
No.
If we talk to Hunter, what will he tell us?
The same thing he's been telling you, that he's never met Evelyn because he told me not to tell anybody that he would go back to jail.
If he has never met Evelyn, how do we make that connection that he has?
I don't know.
Was he ever out in public with her? During this time, how long had you all started dating?
Not long.
You talking about not long, like a week,
Yeah.
a couple of weeks, a
A week.
month? So prior to you starting at the chicken shack,
No, I didn't know him.
you didn't know him.
No.
So the first day you met him was an interview for that job?
Yeah.
When was that?
I don't know.
You started on Monday.
Right. I think it was a couple of days
The day
before.
before, like on Friday or Saturday?
It was probably like a day or two before.
Did you go there in person and fill out an application?
Yeah. Evelyn said the
And that's
car
the
was
first
like
time?
Bailey.
Okay, and that's the first time you ever saw him.
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
I just filled out an application, that's it.
Did he ask you out on a date when I
No,
met you?
not until I started working there.
So you started working, he said, okay, you're hired. You started working on December 2nd, on a Monday, correct? And then start farting at work. And tell me what happened. Y'all go on a date Monday night, Tuesday? Tell
I
me
don't
about
remember
it.
the day, I really don't.
Whatever day, whenever you say the first day after the application, that you, that was the first time you met him, you started working, whichever, we know that's on a Monday, that's easy. Y'all started flirting at work. Did y'all go out Monday night, that first night?
No, I don't remember what night we went out. I'm just being honest, I really don't.
Okay. But at some point, he started staying with you at the camp, or at the trailer.
Just one night.
He stayed one night. And then you said he stayed a couple of nights.
I didn't say that.
You said he had slept together.
Just the one time.
Said y'all slept together in the bed with her between.
Me and him.
Not with her.
She slept in between us.
And so I'm saying, you said you'd done that a couple of nights and you
No, I said I'd done it 1,000 times where she slept with me. Like her whole life, she slept with me in bed.
And then the one night he stayed was the first night he met her, correct?
I mean, no, he'd seen her like in the car with me at the chicken shack.
Okay. Like a couple days when you went to get the application, when you applied with Bailey.
Mm-hmm.
And
I came to measure the parking lot. They wanted it redone, and I had her in the car with me.
when was that?
I don't know a day.
But you told these guys the other day, y'all went through a timeline. I think I wasn't in there. But y'all went through a timeline.
I don't remember what day I measured the parking lot. I really don't. The day they opened, I came back to the drive-thru after I left, and she was in the car with me too. In the back seat, her car seat. The pink and gray one you all have.
Mhm. Do you think he took her in that trash can?
I don't know, but it was gone. I never wanted to know.
And that's the only two places.
I don't know where else it's close. I think my dad owns those storage units across from the trailer. You know what I'm talking about?
I do. Does Hunter have a storage building rented from him or something there?
No, but I mean,
Or do you?
no, they're abandoned.
Where would you put the baby at there?
I don't know. You are asking me guesses. I'm giving them to you. He likes the lake a lot.
Does he have a boat or anything like that?
He used to.
When you talk about the boat dock, you mentioned boat dock. What do you mean by that? Does he own a boat dock or?
They're behind his dad's house. If you go to 217 Sandy Point Drive and look in the backyard, there's 3 huge ass boat docks. I promise you, you will not miss them. They're wide.
And that's
Have you
one.
been to that house?
I,
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I did.
Okay.
But of those 3 huge ones that you have, which,
I don't know.
where would you think?
I really don't know, to be honest with you. The only thing I think of is maybe put her in the lake or something.
You think you would walk in from there and walk down to the lake? What do you?
There's no water there right now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You would have to walk down the dock and walk to the lake.
Well, you can get to the lake not too far from my trailer. Because it was Lakeview Mobile Home Park before my dad.
Is there a place you can drive down from there?
I really don't know, to be honest. Isn't there like an access, something on Sugar
That's
Hall?
what I'm asking. I don't know.
There is. You're talking about the ranch, the new ranch they built down there? There is. You talking about the one on Sugar Hall, or you talking about the one on the Rock Bridge? Just before the bridge. They built a new ramp down there.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Okay. Which one are you talking about on Sugar Hall?
Well, I just passed the one that's the Sugar Hall access part.
Okay.
Thank you for letting me talk to my mom.
You will. Let us put this baby to rest. Okay? You come off of that part. Alright, we talked. This is,
Those are the only places I know for you all to go look, I swear.
you're positive.
Positive.
Because, listen,
Those are the only places you can
you're,
get there.
you're telling me all these other stories that you've told me. All those before, those are lies. But this is the truth.
This is the God's honest truth.
Okay, that timeline, all the dates that you gave, all that stuff prior, all that stuff was made up. And you want, why do you want to come clean now? What benefit do you have?
I don't, but you talk to me. To be honest with me.
Is it for me or is it for your baby?
I'm not baby, but you're the one who were like, hey, like it's been going on long enough, you know what I'm saying?
And it's time to put an end to it. You have no idea.
I told you the only places I think you could have went in that short time frame.
I'm going to step out here. I'm going to try looking at a map for most places.
Can you bring me a map and I'll try to mark on it where I think?
You need a drink? All right, I'm going to grab a chair. Okay, 543 Muddy Creek. Is that his dad's?
No, it's not. This is his dad.
Okay, so we got 3 maps here. So here, just take this and give you. I know they're kind of small. This is where, that's where you were staying, I think, right? That's
Yeah,
correct.
this is Buffalo Road.
Okay, this is Sandy Point Street.
Yeah.
This is Muddy Creek Road. And this is where your trailer was, right? Is that right there?
Well, where's the access part of Sugar Hole Road?
So,
Is this it right here?
You got Sugar Hollow, and you should have the Ball Bridge here.
And there's Sugar Hole Road already. Okay, so right across from here, there's like a storage building, like going back up towards that, whatchamacallit.
but you said those are empty, right? Or,
It's
and
just
on
like,
those,
I don't know.
okay.
I thought my dad might have gone to the trailer.
You just mark wherever you think, like I said, you'd mentioned that he had just a limited amount of time,
Well, those are the
right?
only two places I think on this map.
Okay,
that
but
really
did
want
you
to
just
see.
mark where,
This is like the storage unit.
and is that for both of them?
That's an access part of Sugar
Where's
Hole.
his dad's house? Is that here?
Yeah. Well, I don't know anywhere else except for there and Muddy Creek.
Okay, well, just mark that, mark what that is, both dots. Put your lakes down. Is his,
Can I just put Randy's house?
yeah, that's fine. Okay. Anything else you can think of? And if you don't care, just mark, I don't think storage. I think from what you're telling me, if she's in one of these two places, so just write what she was wearing if you don't care. And that, just whatever, what'd you say her clothing was? Was it her little jumpsuit, purple fleece, and a sleeper? Was she wrapped up in a blanket? Now, I know it's, hey, this might be hard for you. Write down how she was. Her eyes open. Just like she was sleeping, right? No bloodshot, but they were open. She was warm. And all her color was there. She wasn't blue or gray or anything like that, right? Okay. All right. And that would have been 1st of December. Okay, is that right? Like the first week,
Second week, probably.
second week. And that's December. Anything else you can think of? Anybody else you think Hunter may have told? His best friend, I mean, I'm just asking, you may or may
The only
not.
person I know that he's really close to is his mom.
Do you think she knows anything?
His mom would defend him like to the end of the earth.
Okay.
Because I know exactly he's gonna be like, well, I didn't have anything to do with that. He's gonna go back to jail, and his mom will like sit and support him on every the hell he says to her.
What else he been in jail for?
I don't know.
Okay.
To be honest with you, I don't.
Okay. All right. Let me go out here. Do you need to leave, or you want to hang out here? What do you want to do?
Well, I can't leave.
Huh? Why not?
I figured you all were going to arrest me after I told you.
For what?
For withholding information.
Why would we arrest you?
For withholding information, impeding an investigation.
Well, here's how this works, and again, I'm not talking too much, but I need you to understand. Number one, I need you to understand that I'm not going to lie to you about anything, okay? That's not what I'm in the business of doing. I need you to understand, too, that we confer with the DA's office, okay? Before we make any kind of decision like that, that's out of our hands. But I need you to understand that I can help you, okay? You've not helped yourself at all during this whole ordeal. You know that. You're not done. No way in shape or form are you done, Maggie. You're smarter than this, than what you've let on. You have lied repeatedly, more times than we. And to be honest, didn't you go on the news last night and say that TBI? Who? You go on the news last night and tell that TBI's not doing our job. You've been up here 100 times. How many TBI agents you see running around? How many Sullivan County investigators you see running around? How many FBI agents you see? We are breaking our backs to bring her home. Then you go out there and do that. That bothers us. But again, we're not in it for anything but to get and bring her home. And you hold the key to that. So with that being said, we're the only ones that can help you. And what I mean by that, and I want you to hear me out, what I mean by that is that when we talk to that DA's office and they say, hey, what did she, well, they're going to say, hey, because we have talked to her, we know she's lied for 6 days now, 5 days, whatever it is. I haven't seen her. Many of us have not seen a full night's sleep in well over a week because of this. But when they go to and say, hey, what did she tell you other than the lies? Because you, how many lies have you told us? How many? Dozens? Just say it. Let me help you. I'm here to help you. How many lies have you told us? A lot. Every day you talk to us, right? I need to go to him, the DA, and say, look, I get it, she lied. She was a scared mother who didn't know what to do. Okay? But today, when he and I were in here and talked to us, when you first talked to him, she started to tell us the truth. That truth is what's going to be able for me and him to go to the DA and say, hey, we know she told all these lies. She's telling the truth now. We can help her. We'll go to bat for her. And that's what we're willing to do, is to go to bat for her. Regardless of how many lies you told, we can start over right now. And I can go back for you and say, hey, look, she was scared. We just need to bring her home. Hey, you need to help us do that. This is a start. But you should, again, you just need to understand my perspective. You ever been lied to before? How did it make you feel?
Bad.
And that was over probably something trivial. A boyfriend lied to you about going out with a girl or something like that. We're trying to bring her home. Dozens of guys out here and women out here, and in Quantico, Virginia, Nashville, Tennessee, and Atlanta, Georgia, are all working this thing. That's all we're working right now. To bring her home. Help me tell the DA she was finally the key that brought Evelyn home. I need you to be honest with us. Can you be honest with us?
I am being honest with you.
Is there any place other than here that she is that you know of?
Not that I can think of.
Okay. Anything else you think might be important? Anything else you want to tell us? Okay. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do?
I mean, I can't go.
You're not under arrest. I say all that to say that to be clear. You're free to go. Just you tell us you want to hang out here. That's fine.
Okay.
We'll continue to help you out. But again, the lies are over. We can't help you unless you tell the truth.
I am telling the truth.
Okay.
Tired? You want to go outside?
Can I just stay here?
Yes, if you need anything, you don't come in the door.
Is Angie here?
Who?
Angie?
She is.
Can I sit with her?
What's over there in here?
I'll sit in her office, or we'll have to sit in
You'll be fine.
Just sit tight. You've got food here, is that okay? Is that right?
Thank you.
Hey, Agent Fraley, is that a fair and accurate depiction of your interview with Megan Boswell?
Yes, sir, it is.
Judge, I would move that as the next exhibit. Judge, may I approach the court reporter? Agent Fraley, I want to, go back over some of the things she told you. You testified on your direct examination that she had told you she knew the baby was dead, not missing.
Correct.
Now, I didn't really see that initial thing in the video. Was that somewhere else? I mean, it's obvious from the context of what you all are talking about, but had that happened before that video?
Yeah, in my notes, she'd also talked to other investigators, and that was the first day of the 6 days or whatever day we were on that she told us that she was dead instead of missing.
Okay, do you know when did she tell you or did she tell someone else?
It was in other interviews, and again, we were all working together.
Okay.
And it, she'd, like I said, she'd talked with other investigators, but that was the first day. And then after that was revealed, that's when Detective Licklider and I brought her into this room and started talking to her again, trying to clarify.
Just so we can clarify a few things for the jury, I think it becomes apparent, but there's a lady in a jail uniform as this video starts.
Yes, sir.
That's Angela Boswell.
That's her, Megan's mother.
And
yes, sir.
You all had arranged for her to be brought to the sheriff's department to meet with Megan?
Yes, sir. She asked to meet with her, and was able to do that.
Okay. And then as the video starts out, you start talking about he back a lot, and later the name Preston or Hunter Wood comes. Is that the he you all are talking about throughout that video?
Yes, sir, it is Hunter Wood that we referred to as her boyfriend.
And at some point, I guess the other thing I noticed just so for the jury's context, in the video you all refer to her as Maggie.
Yes, sir. Her name's Megan, but she was called Maggie. I think she told us that's what her nickname was from her real name.
That's what her family called her.
Yes, sir, that's correct.
Fair. So she provided you with several locations that she thought the baby could be in.
Yes, sir.
And one of those was Tommy's property.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And ultimately, Evelyn was found on Tommy's property.
That's correct.
Now, this interview occurred on the 25th of February, 2020, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. When
Continue.
we're back on the record.
I'm sorry, can you,
Yes, sir. When was the body ultimately found?
March 6th of 2020.
Now, there's a conversation between you and Megan about the fact that you're not arresting her that day.
Yes, sir.
In fact, she was later arrested that night by Mr. Price, was she not?
I believe she was.
She did not end up leaving the Sullivan County Detention Center from the time the detention center and the sheriff's department are all connected together here.
Yes, sir. They're connected here. Their offices are in the same building.
One large building.
Yes, sir.
So she did not leave there from the time of that interview until she was arrested.
I don't think she did.
Now, when did you first search Tommy Boswell's property?
That would have been March 6th when Evelyn's body was found.
Okay. So, was there some reason you didn't search the property from the time she told you on February 25th until March 6th?
I can't recall specifically why we didn't, other than she had told so many lies. We didn't know if this was true or not, so there wasn't solid evidence because she had lied so much that this was the truth. So,
Are you certain the property wasn't searched before?
not by me, no, sir. It may have been searched, but
Was it searched by the TBI, or do you know?
I don't recall. I wasn't out there until the 6th that I recall.
Okay.
There may have been other detectives, agents, FBI, Sullivan County, or even TBI for that matter.
Well, as far as TBI goes, who was in charge of this at the time?
Agent Gratz was the case agent, David Gratz.
Who was the field office manager?
Christopher Wilhoit, he's the assistant special agent in charge.
But what was your position at the time?
I was to assist Agent Gratz in the case.
Okay. So you went there one time to that property?
That I recall, yes, sir, on March 6th.
I'll be showing you what's been previously admitted as Exhibit 17. Agent Fraley, you previously identified this photograph as how the trash can was found when you
Yeah,
there.
yes, sir. It looks like the ones from yesterday.
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay, yes, sir.
It does. All the monitors are off.
Yeah, I know, I'm trying to,
Okay, I see.
I have to look at the
Okay.
power surge. that was going on.
And I believe is this the position the trash can was in when you found it?
That's representative of, like I said, once the door was open, on how the trash can and the bags were there.
When you say it's representative, was the trash can moved and put back in place, or is that exactly how it was?
In this particular picture, I think that my best recollection is that's how it was. It wasn't. At some point in time, I did remove these and we stopped because of the weight of the trash can, believing that Evelyn might be in that trash can. But like I said, my best recollection is that was the way it was when the door was open and we first saw that.
Okay. At some point after picking the trash can up, was it placed back in the same position for more photos?
I believe, yes, sir, it was.
Okay, so some of the photos we saw yesterday, the trash can was not exactly as you found it. It was to the best of your ability to put it back. Is that fair?
Yes, and this probably, well, I don't want to probably, but yes, that is correct. It was moved and then replaced. And then, like I said yesterday, we stopped and made some phone calls after we confirmed or believed that to be Evelyn's body.
And the trash bag, the black trash bag, that's ultimately where Evelyn's body is found.
Underneath, it looks like, yes, there was a black trash bag on top of the one that's in there.
Okay. Where did you find the body? And what I mean by that is, did you find the body in the trash can after you had removed it? They're giving you a pointer,
Oh,
so if you
okay.
need that. After you
Thank
had
you.
removed the trash can from the building, or were you still in the building when you found the body?
Best I can remember, sir, was, like I said, we opened that door and we saw those items. Now we had the knowledge of, she had said that there was maybe to look for a trash can. So that alerted us. Red flag went off, if you will. That time, I think I removed some items on top of that and maybe moved the can. But like I said, once I felt the can, it had some significant weight to it, more so than a regular trash can has household trash in it. Removed some items off the top of that, and then that's when I first saw the leg of Evelyn's body. Like I said, may have replaced it or resituated best I can, stopped what we were doing, and made the appropriate phone calls.
So you say you replaced it.
Set it back, yes, close
Set,
to.
set the trash can back in. Did you set the stuff back in the trash can that was on top of the body?
I don't recall putting those items back on top. I think once those items were removed, and some of the items I remember specifically, there was a bread bag, an empty bread bag that was in that top portion of the trash, and I recall it having a September 2019 expiration date, which again alerted us that, hey, this wasn't there like the rest of that stuff I testified to was obvious to me. It had been there for years, and now you had these couple bags of trash in this can that looked out of place or looked more recent. And I think, after seeing that, opening that bread bag with that date, obviously that date gave us an idea that this was a window of time that was recent, that fit close to the proximity that Evelyn was reported missing.
Okay. So the black trash bag in Exhibit 17, it appears to be pressed down in the trash can. Is
Yes,
that correct?
sir. Yes, sir.
So at some point you took it out of the trash can.
Yes, sir. That was, as I best recall, that was the first thing removed from that can.
Agent Fraley, I'm going to show you what's been marked as Exhibit 15.
Okay.
Is that the same black trash bag?
Yes, sir. As best I recall, you could only see that portion in that last picture, and that's after it's kind of been opened
Okay.
to inspect the contents inside.
Okay. So that picture was taken after you open the door, obviously. You take the trash bag out of the can, or did you?
I can't recall if I did or not. Like I said, I think I did, because to inspect the bigger bag that was down in the bottom of the can with Evelyn's body.
Okay, did you place the black trash bag back in the can?
I can't recall if I did or not. Like I said, once we confirmed that was Evelyn's body or what we believed to be, we stopped. But I can't remember if I placed it back in there or set it to the side.
Now, I assume there's a protocol to how you all would handle a scene like this. Could you
Yes.
walk me through that?
Well, typically, like I said, this was a looking for Evelyn's body, because based off of what the phone call had come in to come there to search for items that he had said had been brought there and placed in the yard barn. We found those items. I think Special Agent Gratz and Haraz with the Sheriff's Department started looking, inspecting, and made the decision to take that. And then the process of that led us to just to look in the playhouse where we found these items. So for protocol, I guess there's not a checklist to start looking, but once items are found, the protocol is to photograph those, bag those, seal those bags, mark those bags, and ultimately send them to our TBI labs for examination.
And I assume the protocol would be not to contaminate other pieces of evidence there. You want to keep everything as separate as possible.
As best we can.
You described a situation where you all placed her body on a clean body bag.
Yes, sir.
And I think you said y'all put wax paper on the porch prior to doing that.
I think it was like butcher paper, this rolled butcher paper, then the body bag on top of that, and then as we were removing the contents of the trash can, it was onto the body bag.
The black bag, when you inspected it, anything significant in it?
Like I said, the only thing that sticks to that bread bag with the date, kind of, like I said, that other stuff had been there for years, it appeared to me, and the others. And this appeared to be recent, and that date on that bag, I recall.
Okay. If I could approach the court reporter, Judge. Agent Fraley, I'm showing you what's been marked as Exhibit 11. You recognize that?
It looks like, yeah, that's one of the pictures introduced yesterday.
Okay. What does-
That's the playhouse with the door open, showing the trash can inside the doorway.
And that's the front porch of the where you ultimately place the body back, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, if you could, do you have that pointer still?
Yes, sir.
Could you point for the jury and show them where you placed the paper, where you placed the bag?
Can you raise that? Does that raise up anymore? Okay, yeah,
Is that
that's,
better?
yeah, it was on this porch right here.
And I'll take that one down. Actually, if we could go back to that for just a minute.
Okay.
Over here on the side, can you see what looks to be like is wire?
This right here?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm going to show you another picture.
Okay.
Does that appear to be the same wire?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and that appears to be an accurate representation of the porch at some point during that night.
Yes, sir.
We'd move this as the next exhibit, Judge.
Any objection? 46.
Right. Go.
Let me see everybody over here. ahead, Mr. Scott.
Agent Fraley, I'm going to show you what's been marked as Exhibit 21.
Yes, sir.
Do you recognize that?
Yes, that was one of the photos introduced yesterday depicting the removal of the trash bag containing Evelyn's body from the can onto the body bag.
And that was done on the front of the porch, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Was, at the time you all did that, the wire and stuff, was that kept away from that body bag, or?
Best I recall, we moved those items in order to clear the front porch to do this.
Okay, to keep from contaminating anything, I see.
Well, to provide room as a flat space, the most convenient place for that. But it was, like I said, right there on the front porch. I think it was moved off to the side of the playhouse.
Okay. If we could go back to the last, actually. We'll put back up Exhibit 46. Exhibit 46, I'm showing you around the wire and stuff.
Yes, sir.
Does it appear to you that there are some leaves and debris under the wire?
I can't make out. I'm sorry, I can't make out exactly what that is.
Okay. I've heard some. Do you recognize what that is?
Like I said, that's a little clearer picture. That's not.
What is that a picture of?
It looks to be a portion of that picture.
Sorry.
Is it up in this portion here? That area, is that a zoomed in of
Yes, sir.
that area?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there's that's a little clear.
Okay, do you recognize that picture that you have in front of you?
Yes, sir. Like I said, it looks to be the middle portion of that, and it's a little clear now that it does appear leaves, maybe some grass or hay or something there underneath that wire in this area.
Okay.
And also, it appears maybe 2 insect pupae right there.
If I may, I would ask that the picture is identified with the next exhibit.
Any objection?
No objection.
47.
We'd ask to publish this at this time. Agent Fraley, is that a better
Yes, sir.
picture for you to
Yes,
describe
sir.
to the jury?
It is.
I believe you said you saw some leaves.
Yes, sir. It looks like maybe right there.
Uh-huh.
And that might, that area right there is on what I said looked like grass or hay, possibly.
Okay.
And then, I'm sorry,
Oh,
those
go
two right there is what it said looked like insect.
So you described those as pupae.
Yes, that's,
You talked about pupae yesterday. What's pupae?
it's just where an insect, once an egg is formed, it's formed as larva. In the middle of that stage before it fully develops into an adult, that's the stage of that.
Okay, so the egg would be laid and then it forms into this. Is that what you're saying?
That's correct. Yes, sir.
Okay. That pupae, do they move on their own?
Yes, they're living organisms, and they feed, which, like I testified yesterday, it's common with human decomposition. That the eggs are laid on that decomposing human flesh, and that's where they develop from there.
Okay. You say they're living organisms, but in fact, a pupae is an insect in its inactive, immature form between larva and adult.
It's in the middle.
It's an inactive form.
Okay.
Would you agree with that?
Yes, sir.
So they don't crawl around, do they?
Like I said, the eggs are laid, and then they develop into an adult.
Okay, that's the stage before they become larvae, which would move around.
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you about the so when you found the body in the trash can, it was in a bag, correct?
Yes, sir.
Evelyn had leaves in her hair.
I don't recall that. I don't recall that.
Okay, were there any leaves in that trash can?
I don't recall.
You
The
say you don't.
leaves.
When you say you don't recall, I guess I want you to clarify. Did you say I don't remember? You say I don't remember, or I
Well,
don't remember?
even reviewing the pictures yesterday, I don't remember saying, I mean, it's been 5 years, but even reviewing those, I don't remember seeing leaves inside of those.
So you don't think there were leaves in the trash can or her hair?
Like I said, I don't remember seeing those, even after the review of those photographs yesterday.
Okay. I want to talk about the body. Obviously, when you find it, you had to move it to some degree.
Yes, sir.
I mean, you would have done your best to have placed it back in the. You moved it out of the trash can and then placed it back like it was, I'm assuming.
No, sir.
Okay, tell me what you did.
Are you talking about removing the body and then putting it back in?
Yes.
No, sir.
Okay,
That's incorrect.
okay, tell me.
No, once we went into the playhouse, opened that door, saw what we saw, the trash can, the 2 bags that, like I said, were obvious to us that they didn't match everything else in that playhouse. It was, and then confirming, like I said, with the information that Megan had provided to us, that the trash can was in play. That first black bag removed, and then like I talked about the empty bread bag that had expiration date, that confirmed this wasn't in the time frame of this other stuff with the dust and the cobwebs. Pulled that off, and that's when the odor of decomposition appeared or was present, and then pulled that fleece blanket back, and then that's when I saw the leg and the foot. That's when we stopped at that point. Then made our phone calls, forensic pathology, medical examiner, DA's office, and our chain of command.
So I assume you made as minimal of movement as the body as possible.
Yes, sir. Again, because we were, number one, trying to confirm if that was her. We were optimistic and hopeful it was. And once we verified that, at that point, we stopped and waited on them for guidance.
But it would be fair to say you moved the body.
Absolutely. We did. But like I said, not from the trash can and then
Right.
put it back.
But you had
Just-
to move it within the trash can in order to see what you were seeing.
No, again, just pulled the blanket back and saw that leg and foot. We didn't, the body wasn't moved. Now, it may have moved when we moved the trash can, but we didn't physically touch the body,
So-
remove it, and replace it.
So fair to say you didn't try to move it, but when you moved the trash can, it could have moved.
Yes, sir, it absolutely could have moved.
Judge, could I have just a minute? Did you collect any evidence there yourself? I know, and what I'm saying is typically, at least for the jury, I'll explain the question. I know you know what I'm asking you, but typically a lot of law enforcement people are there. One person may collect this, one person may collect that. Did you collect any of the evidence there?
I recall when we first got there and we were in that yard barn where all that evidence was. I think Gratz wanted, Special Agent David Gratz wanted all of that taken. I think I assisted in that. And then, like I said, then went to the playhouse, found Evelyn's body, was active in processing that. Those bags, what wasn't sent to the forensic center for autopsy, which included Megan's body and the clothing, and the blanket, those other items were collected. They were transferred from that scene over to the Sullivan County Sheriff's Department, where we continued to process. But I think I was party to that as well. So I think to answer your question, what you're getting at, if I collected evidence items, and yes, I did.
Do you know which items?
I'd have to look at those lists because they were, it was voluminous in the items that were collected. It was dozens, I believe. I'd have to see that list to refresh my memory.
Judge, that's all the questions I have for Agent Fraley. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Redirect.
Just briefly, Judge. Agent Fraley, Mr. Scott asked you some questions about the moving of the body after you located it in the trash can. When you first saw the trash can and the black bag that was in there, how would you describe them as far as where they were positioned in the trash can?
Like I said, trash can, as we've seen in these photographs, the black bag was on top. Then you see it kind of opened. That's where the bread bag was. After that was removed, then was the white trash bag. After that is opened, then the next thing visible was the gray and white fleece blanket. Pulled that back, and that's when I first saw the legs. So, if that answers your question.
Well, let me ask you this. I mean, was the black trash bag just sitting on the top, or had it been pushed down inside, or did you have to, in other words, did you have to pull it out of
I pulled it out, yes, sir.
Okay. And the white trash bag, again, was it pushed down in there? Or did you?
Yes, it was compressed almost to a degree of compression that it created like a vacuum coming out when we removed the bag from the can.
Okay, so it wasn't just gently placed
No,
on top of the...
absolutely not.
All right. And to the extent that you have already testified, you did not in any way, once you located the body in the trash can, manipulate it, pull it out. You didn't pull the trash bag up to look and see what else was in there. You all didn't do anything else with that until the medical examiner arrived.
No, like I said, we stopped, and even once it was removed, it was a gentle process where it was removing the bag containing the body, tilting that can onto the body bag on the.
Thank you, Agent Fraley. That's all I have, Judge.
Thank you, John.
I have recalls for the question. The trash can, you all moved it outside of the building before the medical examiner got there?
I can't remember exactly, but that we could have moved that to the front porch to remove that black bag with the bread bag and then placed it back. I can't say 100% if that was done, but it could have been.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
That's all, Judge.
Does he need to, under subpoena?
I have served an additional subpoena on him should he be needed later.
He'll need to be. Right. Agent Furley, thank you for your testimony in this case. You're still under subpoena, still need to remain in court.
Okay.
Thank you.
You ready for the next witness?
Yeah.
Statement called Tommy Boswell.